You coming
I'm on go, bro. On site. You haven't read this motherfucker's book.
What is you doing with your life?
You dumb and you
Pick
deserve it.
this joint up. I gotta speak
I'ma
to
jump
that.
in right
I
there.
have to speak to that.
We're drunk and
I'm
lit.
putting glasses in at this
Drunk
point. Like, it's
and lit. Tuh.
drunk and lit. My name is Kendall Alexander.
So my name is Steve Jackson.
My name is Sean Eon. I am the author of The Outsider's Mind, self-published first book collection of short stories and quotes. And yeah, we're here on Drunk and Lit. These are real drinks.
Oh, yes, this is real alcohol. What are you guys drinking?
I have Reposado tequila, my second favorite.
Tequila.
So this
Okay,
is
bueno. I gotta toast you as a tequila connoisseur. I want to ask, and maybe this is a very basic question, but why does your book stand out from the rest? Because I know, Steve and I know that there are a lot of different elements to this, some of them being quotes, some of them being short stories. How can people connect with this book? You know, like what sets it apart?
how I've been describing the book is that it is part quote book, part short story collection, and part philosophical analysis. You connect to the book where it's, if you've ever felt like an outsider, or if you've ever, wondered what it was like to see the world through the eyes of the outcasts. You connect with this book on a human level. You know what I'm saying? Like when I was looking at a lot of philosophers of color, like a lot of people, and of course nothing wrong with this, but a lot of philosophers of color deal with race, or they deal with, they deal with these race-related issues. And I kind of wanted to take things back a little more classically to, when you get to like Socrates and Plato and even the more contemporary guys like Jacques Derrida and Albert Camus, like these guys they're dealing with philosophy on a human level. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I wanted things to be in a story mode, you know what I'm saying? Like, because that's such, again, like that's such at a human level. Like we all connect to stories being told. It's the stories that we tell ourselves that we cling to. It's the stories that other people convince us to believe that we end up living our lives by. It's all of these stories. And I wanted to just like try to express some new ideas. And so I feel like that's how people connect. You connect to kind of almost tapping into why it is you see the world a certain way, how it is that you see the world a certain way.
For my personal behavior, I can use the stories I see on TV or hear from my friends to validate my behavior, to be like, oh, I'm doing the right thing.
Right.
What most people do. My point is for our personal liberation, and that's obviously from my perspective what that means, but it's also really useful to know that like, my narrative is valuable and it's not like anybody else's. Jerome, writer whose mom and whole society was not propaganda, but like, this is how life is done.
Yeah.
He was like, you know what? Like, this doesn't have, why?
That's such like a basic principle, but like, that's where the magic lives, bro. Like that's really simply looking around and asking why. That's where the fucking magic lives. That's literally the birth of like every science that we fucking have.
And that's why there's journalists.
Bruh. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the birth of every science that we have, is looking around and asking why. Like that's literally how that fucking happens. So that's what Another Way is about. It's about a character who is engulfed in tradition and the habitual and culture, and they're asking why. Like, why does this have to be this way? And like our real life society has seen a number of people like that. You know what I'm saying? Like we have Fred Hampton. You know what I'm saying? Like we have like Angela Davis. Like we have these people. Of course, we have like the good Dr. Martin Luther King. We have like X, Malcolm. You know what I'm saying? Like we have these people that looked around and said, why? Like, what the fuck for?
There was an appreciation for, at least from my perspective, there was an appreciation for like the unheralded younger sister, the woman who had all of the same talents, all the same skills.
Right.
Wow.
It was unsung.
Uneven is about a pair of siblings, and we are introduced initially to it's a brother and sister, and the brother develops the ability to turn himself invisible.
As a person who has a sibling that I'm very close to, it's like hearing about a sibling and reading the relationship of a brother-sister sibling relationship. And like, for me, I'm older than my brother. So having those roles changed, and then the way that there's so many elements in the story, the way that he regarded his sister, like not only that was like his gem for real, like that was his baby girl, you know, like he was looking out for her. And not only that, like she was, again, you know, not the golden child, so to speak, but at the same time, like she felt the same love for her brother. Not only that, like she had her own life and her own, you know, situation,
and not even
everything.
And it's interesting because the interesting thing about their dynamic is like, it's not only that, like it was different than just being like, damn, this person loves me, I love them as much as they do, or I love them as much as they love me. It's more like, damn, this person really loves me, and I can see it. Like, I recognize,
I can see it, I can feel it, it's tangible.
It's tangible, and it's like, I don't know if I can return love like that. That was like, and that's, you know, I guess not spoiler alert, but just like, that's some extra insight into the story, where it's like, that's where a lot of their relationship, the soil of the relationship was really like, her brother, the brotherly sibling loves his sister so much, and like the sister recognizes it and doesn't know if she can return that kind of love.
The only relationships that can really happen in are brother-sister or like sibling relationships and parent-child relationships. I feel like every other relationship is just like, everything else is conditional, you know, like even with friends, even with colleagues, co-workers, associates, you know, like whoever else, like you can only feel that way about someone that you didn't choose to be your family, or you didn't choose to pick a relationship with.
Yo, sorry, I'm not even like interjecting. I'm really just celebrating the idea, because like that's so that I honestly, I feel like that's in the story on a subconscious level, for real, because like,
no, that's fair. Like,
because that's so super, like that's so quintessential to the
that
idea.
It's real, yeah.
It's the fact that you didn't choose these people, like you just fucking didn't. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's really something special about somebody you fall in love with,
right?
That you met off the fucking street, bruh. Like, there's something special about
at the end of the day, you don't
y'all
know.
chose each other. Y'all could have chose anybody, bro. But like, it's different with family. It's like family across the board. Was like, I didn't choose you niggas, bro. Like, at the end of the day, I didn't choose
that part.
Y'all are not selected. Like, I didn't want any of y'all here particularly. Y'all are just all here, dog. Like, don't get me fucked up. So it's just like, that's so different, and that's so important. It's really being in that state of just like constant gratitude, yo, and like really being able to, like, being present is like a superpower, you know what I'm saying? Like, it really
is. Can you talk about that? Because as a person that overthinks literally the most minute shit, it's like, In the moment, what do you mean? I'm thinking about the past, shit that happened 20 years ago. I'm thinking about the future, things that I want to happen 20 years from now. What do you mean the present moment?
Bro, the winter of COVID needs Drunken Lit. Like,
the winter of COVID does need this.
Bro, so we're about to wrap this thing up. Just pour me a new one, fresh one. I am Sean Eon, the author of The Outsider's Mind with Drunk and Lit.
He couldn't handle his shit.
Nigga couldn't hang. What the fuck? Page turn. That's what I hope people are how they're reading my shit. Like, I got like halfway through Uneven 2 and I was like, nigga, you snapping, bro.